Okay, so let's just jump right in. For what feels like forever, our fitness trackers have been flashing one single magic number at us, a goal we're all supposed to hit every single day. But what if that number was basically just built on a myth? Today, we're going to break down where that famous step goal really came from and what the latest science says we should actually be
Right? We've all seen it, we've all chased it. 10,000 steps. It feels like this fundamental rule of health, almost as certain as, eat your vegetables. But is it really the scientifically proven target we've all been led to believe it is?
So yeah, let's start with the reigning champion itself, the 10,000 step rule. For decades, this thing has been the undisputed king of daily fitness. It's the benchmark that our apps, our watches, and even public health campaigns have all pointed to as the goal. And look, this wasn't just some casual suggestion floating around. For a long, long time, the scientific community just kind of took it as a given. This 2007 literature review, for example, it shows that researchers were already operating on the assumption that 10,000 steps was the goal. For them, the question wasn't if it was the right number, but how to get people to actually reach it.
What's really interesting is that even older research pointed out just how hard this target is to hit. For most of us, just our routine daily activities, walking to the car, moving around the office, doing chores, it leaves a gap of about 4,000 steps. You had to make a real, dedicated effort to close that deficit. So this framed 10,000 steps as this challenging but necessary objective.
So, if the number was so tough to reach, where did it even come from in the first place? Let's just say the origin story is probably not what you're thinking.
So was it born in a lab, out of hard science, or was it something else entirely?
And here is the truth bomb, confirmed by a massive 2025 meta-analysis in The Lancet. The 10,000 step rule, it didn't come from a research lab. It came from a 1960s Japanese marketing campaign.
Yup, the number wasn't researched, it was chosen because it sounded good. It was, quite literally, a catchy slogan made up to sell the very first commercial pedometers. A slogan so good, it stuck around for over half a century and fooled us all.
Okay, so if 10,000 was just a marketing invention, what does the real science say? Let's get to the good stuff. We're gonna move into the new evidence, where a landmark analysis finally gives us a new data-backed number to shoot for. After analyzing data from 57 different studies, a huge amount of data, researchers found a new, evidence-backed sweet spot. And that number is 7,000. This is the point where you get the most significant bang for your buck health-wise. And the impact of hitting that 7,000 step mark, it's absolutely staggering. Compared to a baseline of just 2,000 steps a day, you're looking at a 47% lower risk of death from any cause and from cardiovascular disease. And the benefits are huge across the board. A 38% lower risk of dementia, 37% for cancer mortality, even a 22% lower risk of depressive symptoms. These are incredible returns for a goal that's so much more achievable. So let's just put it side by side. On one hand, you have a number that came from a marketing slogan in the 60s. On the other, a scientific sweet spot that's backed by a massive modern analysis of data. The contrast, well, it couldn't be clearer.
And get this, another key finding from the research? For most of these amazing health benefits, the total number of steps you take is actually more important than how fast you take them. You don't need to be power walking everywhere. Just getting that movement in throughout your day is what really, really counts.
Okay, so we've busted the myth, we've got the new science. Now let's talk about what this actually means for you and your daily routine. How do we make this stuff practical? So the natural question here is, does this mean walking 10,000 steps is pointless? Like, should we all just stop when our trackers hit 7,001? Well, not exactly. Answer is a little more nuanced. So here's the deal. More steps are never a bad thing. The benefits absolutely continue past 7,000, but the return on your investment, that health gain you get for each extra step, it starts to get smaller. For instance, hitting 10,000 is still linked to about an extra 10% drop in mortality risk compared to 7,000. And for adults over 65, the science shows that benefits keep on climbing steadily with more steps. So the takeaway is, 7,000 is a fantastic evidence-backed target,
but more is still good, especially as we get older. You know, this quote from the researchers really captures the spirit of this whole discovery. It's not about lowering the bar just for the sake of it. It's about making optimal health feel more realistic, more accessible, for way more people. This isn't a story about doing less. It's about realizing that fantastic results are actually closer than we've been told.
So the big takeaway here is actually a really powerful one. Optimal health and all the major life-changing benefits that come with it are so much more achievable than some old marketing slogan ever led us to believe. That goal is closer than you think. The only question left is the one right there on your screen.